Hi everyone, it's Drea with Enlightening Offerings. I wanted to hop on here today as kind of a follow-up to last week's video. I mentioned that today we will be experiencing the full moon and a lunar eclipse, and I kind of wanted to touch on that and delve in a little bit on what we might be experiencing or expecting to experience during the next couple of days. So full moon energy, most astrological events actually have a period before and after they happen where we will be receptive and susceptible to their influences. So full moons 3 days before and then 3 days after the main event, we can expect to feel its influences. So this morning at about 3 a.m. Pacific time, so we're in Washington, we experienced a lunar eclipse while the moon was in the sign of Gemini, and the sun sign right now is Sagittarius. And so the moon this month sometimes is called the beaver moon, but it's also called the morning moon. And it ties right into my video from last week talking about the sense of mourning that we as a collective might be feeling right now due to the state of the world and the things that we are missing out on because of the state of the world. And so with the morning moon, it's kind of that moment where astrologically the dark time is here, and we are really called to look at the things that make us a little bit uncomfortable and really feel our feelings. And on top of that big full moon energy, then we add the lunar eclipse, as I said, in Gemini. And so eclipse times are not typically good times for big workings, big releases, or putting big things into place. Eclipse energy is pretty internal. And so we wanted to on top of that morning moon and on top of all of the other things going on, we want to take this time again. We're getting this message over and over to go within. So Sagittarius energy is very philosophical, very spiritual. The Sagittarians go really big. On the other side of that, we have Gemini, who are very airy, intellectual. They can be very witty people. Gemini is very much about communication. And so we take all of that together and we are being called to communicate very clearly with ourselves in a very deep, meaningful, big, philosophical, spiritual sort of way, right? And so during this time, for the next 3 days, you may experience big dreams. Especially if you are born under the sign of Sagittarius or Gemini. Half of my household is Sagittarius, and no joke, we all had big dreams last night. In fact, one of the people that lives in my house that does not typically remember dreams at all came to me this morning before I could even say a word and went on and on about amazing dreams that they had. And so be kind to yourself and understand that there is a lot of things shifting right now. And did you know that there's typically only 4 to 5 eclipses per year tops on the high end? And in 2020, we have 7. We still have one more eclipse coming. So I haven't researched this, but I would suspect that if I looked back on astrological predictions based on the alignment of the planets and the eclipses that we've experienced this year, that astrologists have been predicting 2020 to be kind of a shit show for a while. So there is something to this, friends. Pay attention. Take care of yourselves. Right now is a great time to run a hot, fiery hot salt bath. Burn some incense, get all four elements going on in your private bath space, and sink in with your journal. Really tap into that internal communication with yourself. What do you want? What are you mourning? What do you want to let go of? What have you been avoiding addressing within yourself? Right now is the best time. Don't avoid it, because you are being supported astrologically, energetically, spiritually, and by me. If you need anything, I'm happy to talk. Just reach out. Reach out to anyone. Don't think that you're alone in this, because you're not. But also don't hide from it, because it's not going to go away. Even if you shove it down. Okay? Be brave. Be brave and bold like the Sagittarians. Okay? Take what you want. Figure that out and go for it. Right now, use that communication of Gemini and just get rid of all of those unnecessary words that we use to hide and pretend that everything is fine, and be okay with sitting and mourning during this full moon. Blessings to you. I wish you the most happy holiday season. Happy Advent that started yesterday. And I'm sure I'll be seeing you soon.